When you're early in your career, you're very particular and almost, I mean, at least for me, I said no to a lot of things, and I really tried to have a very singular track on my career and probably pushed aside certain things that I should have said yes to and then tried to enjoy it more. And I think as you get older, you start to care less, and then more opportunities come in a weird way. And now, I mean, I like that I just did a couple of indie movies, and now I'm doing, you know, some very popular things. That's fun for me, and I've always wanted to be someone that you don't try not to get pigeonholed in something, and that's really where I feel like I am right now. So I can go and do this, I can go and do that, and not get too heady about it, if that makes any sense.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm Felicity Porter.
Yeah, I know, I'm Ben.
Scott Speedman first appeared in his breakout role back in 1998, playing heartthrob Ben Covington in the coming-of-age TV drama Felicity.
I never asked you to come here. That was your choice, not mine. How could you think that you're in love with me? You don't even know me.
Today, the 46-year-old actor's latest project is joining the Season 3 cast of the hit psychological thriller You, which begins streaming on Netflix October 15th.
I haven't done any show like this. I mean, artistically, style-wise, or with the streaming thing where it's just kind of thrown up, and then to have that experience where people are binging it and are seeing episode 8, which, you know, my character sort of gets featured more towards the end of the season. And, you know, I haven't had that experience where that's going to be pretty rapid, you know what I mean? I'm used to, obviously, serialized thing where it takes like 3 months for them to like really have to wait it out. So that'll be interesting to see.
Scott will be playing a brand new character named Matthew, a mysterious, high-powered CEO, husband, and father.
It was starting at a point where he was this sort of controlling husband who was micromanaging his wife's life and all of that. And then, you know, I didn't know exactly where it was going, but I knew he was going to, you know, sort of unravel. And that was really exciting to me as an actor that you got to do that. But they were very secretive about what was going on, but that's the broad strokes of what I knew.
You have to find a way to forgive me. Because I don't want to live my life without you.
Hard to believe it's been nearly 20 years since the final episode of Felicity. And even harder to imagine, Scott almost missed out on the role that made him a star.
I said no originally. I didn't want to do that. And then an agent found out I'd said no to the audition, called me and said, you should read the script. And I read it, and it really was great. And more than that, it was I was kind of really right for the part. It kind of was a good fit for where I was as a young dude. So I rented a video room, not unlike this, and read like Felicity love scenes with like a dude off camera, and sent it down, and that's how I got that part.
Of course, the show's creators, J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, also cast Kerry Russell in the title role and Scott Foley as Noel, the third piece of the soon-to-be famous love triangle.
This is Noel, this is Ben.
How you doing? Good, thanks.
Good. I was aware it was special. I wasn't aware until I got older how special it was with, you know, Kerry Russell is the lead, how well they cast it with Scott Foley, and then J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, who obviously have gone on to other things, their first TV show, you know, shooting on film, you know, 12 takes per size of a close-up, which is just, you know, unheard of. You know, Matt Reeves was obsessive in, you know, a way that I absolutely love and miss, you know, and shooting till 3 a.m. to get it right, you know, all that stuff. That was amazing, and you just don't get that much, you know, these days, especially on television. So, and to have those guys doing it was crazy, you know. But again, it was my first job. You don't know what you don't know, you know. So.
When Felicity first aired in 1998, 7 million viewers tuned in, making it the highest-rated premiere in the history of the WB.
You know, you make me think about things that I never think about. Without even saying anything, just by the way you look at me.
I don't know why, but when we shot the pilot, I had a feeling I was going to do really well. I've been able to sometimes pick things that I've been successful in. I kind of had a feeling they were going to be successful, movies and TV. And I just had a feeling. My best friend came down and lived with me while we waited to see if the pilot even got picked up, and we had a great time in Los Angeles that summer before the show came out. And I had a feeling it was going to hit. It just felt special. And then it was pretty, you know, it just had that feel, you know, you could tell they put a lot of advertising behind it. It just was getting going. I remember being in New York, visiting my friends before the show came out, and the posters were everywhere, and you just haven't had that experience yet. And that was something I just remember thinking, you're gonna have to get used to that. And then, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, for someone introverted, shy, all of that, it is a process to get used to people knowing you, and then the expectations career-wise that comes with that. That's always an interesting thing.
Felicity was one of the most beloved shows of the late 90s, early 2000s, and with a whole new generation watching on demand, fans are always asking for a reboot.
That seems very natural, especially right now. Because it's just to what you're saying, they love it, so that's sweet and nice and great. And it's had, I've got moms and daughters. The moms are showing the daughters on Hulu or Netflix or whatever it's on at the moment, and that's funny in a way and weird, but also great. So you're aware that it has, a life outside of just when you shot it and it was on television. And if people want to ask me about doing a reboot or whatever it's called, that's totally cool. Yeah, I like that. I think with our particular makeup of people, whether it's Carrie or JJ or Matt or Scott, and it's tough. I think that'd be tough to put together, to be totally honest with you, just because those guys are all doing, Batman and Star Wars. Gary's got her own, thing going on, coming off of the Americans. So, it just is a weird fit to try to get together and figure out what that storyline would be and all that. I doubt it happened to me, but, who knows.
Scott and his girlfriend, designer and entrepreneur Lindsay Ray Hoffman, have been dating since 2016. And this past May, Lindsay announced she was pregnant with the couple's first child, a baby girl.
My girlfriend Lindsay's amazing, and we had been together for 4 years, and it just felt right. And I was, I feel really for me the exact right time for me to have a kid, although I'm older to have my first kid. But I mean, it just everything feels right with her and us, and the timing just feels great. So. No, I'm really excited about it. If I had done it earlier, I don't know. I mean, I probably wasn't ready as a younger guy to really do it. I mean, obviously I would have figured it out, but this just feels like I'm a little slower in the best ways. I mean, that I'm really ready to sort of give over to it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm ready.
As luck would have it, soon after learning he was going to be a dad, Scott landed a role in a David Cronenberg film that was set to shoot in Greece for 6 weeks.
I think my friends tell me, who have kids, this how, actor friends, this how happens. You guys get pregnant, and then, the offers come for whatever reason. It's great, but it's difficult, and it's awesome because you got a baby coming, and it's great to be working, but it's challenging. And that is kind of what happened. It was very strange. I mean, we found out we were pregnant, and then I got this great offer to do this movie in Greece, and it was a great career thing, but I also knew, with the pandemic, it wasn't going to be easy for my girlfriend Lindsay to be coming there. We were talking about it, but as it approached, it just became obvious she wasn't going to be able to do it. So that 6 weeks, borderline on the third trimester, that was intense for sure. I mean, a lot more FaceTimes than I've done in the past, and hanging out and checking in and doing all that. So we were good, though. It was good. It was good. And now I'm back, obviously, and we're in good space. I'm very excited. I'm aware that I don't have the heavy lifting here, so I'm a coach support team, with my girl, and just trying to, get everything ready and do everything right. And then, underneath in the subconscious, you can feel this thing, you're just tremendously excited. But again, it's the kind of thing where you don't know what you don't know. You don't got this whole wave coming that you're friends with kids again. They have this sly smile on their face when they start talking about it. You can see that's what I'm really excited about, to find out what they're talking about, because I have no idea what's coming, for better and worse. It's a really intense time, everybody says, but it changes your life, everybody says. So whatever that is, I'm excited about,
Earlier this year, Scott also finished a movie written and directed by Lena Dunham. So with a new season of You streaming this month and a pair of films slated for 2022, Scott's fans have a lot to look forward to.
It's fulfilling to me in this way, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't want to be doing different things or having a different career, or, it wouldn't be. I would be doing something else if it wasn't the way I wanted it to be. Again, not to keep going back to this, but as you get older, stuff starts to go, but what the good thing I love about getting older is, I think a lot of people talk about this, you start to care less and have more fun and are able to dive in a little freer to things and just sort of roll with the punches a little better. And I think when projects like that thing came along, the Lena Dunham movie, it was this really cool script, but the really kind of out there part that I could see an angle in, and without thinking too much about it, I was shooting You at the same time I shot that. So, and I knew right away working with her, she was amazing and I thought a great director. I think probably just at ease with, again, doing popular things like You, and then at the same time being able to go do not just indie movies, but indie movies that I think will land, like whether it's this movie I just did in Greece or the Lena Dunham thing, and not being, whether it's my own outlook or the business itself, I think I'm at that point where, oh, he can do this, he can do that. And, he's doing that, okay, it's not that serious, where it's just one thing, now you're pigeonholed in that and no one else is looking at it. I feel like I've kind of broken out of that box through some, pushing out over the years, and I feel like I'm there, so we'll see. But that's just what I want. I mean, that's just what I'm enjoying, is myself not putting myself in a box and able to, say yes to this and that and not care so much.